Science Journal for Kids and Teens presents How Does Thiamine-Fortified Salt Taste? Read by Miranda Wilson. Abstract. Everyone needs vitamins and minerals to stay healthy, but it's not always easy to get all you need. Health organizations can help people by fortifying common foods with vitamins or minerals. Adding them to food means you can get the micronutrients you need without taking a vitamin pill. In rural Cambodia, many people struggle to eat enough thiamine. Thiamine, aka vitamin B1, is important. It helps brain development in infants and is needed by the muscles and heart. Infants often get the vitamins they need from their mother's milk. If the mother doesn't have enough thiamine in her diet, then the baby won't either. We wanted to know whether fortified salt would be a good way to help people get enough thiamine. We recruited hundreds of Cambodian families to taste test thiamine-fortified salt. Most people liked the new salt, especially when they cooked with it. Thiamine-fortified salt could help lots of people. Introduction. Your body needs a lot of different nutrients. We need a lot of some nutrients like carbohydrates, fat, and protein. These macronutrients give you energy and help you grow. Vitamins and minerals are micronutrients. They are also essential, but you only need tiny amounts each day. Thiamine is a vitamin. It is present in whole wheat bread, brown rice, and beans. You only need about 1 milligram of thiamine a day. That's the weight of a single grain of sand. Thiamine deficiency is dangerous, especially for growing babies. It can impact brain development or cause the potentially deadly disease beriberi. Babies under 6 months get all of their nutrients, including thiamine, from their mother's milk. Unlike other nutrients, there are no storage depots for thiamine in the body, so breastfeeding mothers need to eat thiamine every day to make milk containing thiamine. In traditional Cambodian cuisine, people eat rice every day. They usually eat white rice instead of brown rice. Here in Figure 1, you can see a Cambodian woman washing white rice. The woman is kneeling over a pot filled with water and rice. Milling brown rice to make white rice means it loses many vitamins, including thiamine. Brown rice is healthier, but it goes bad more quickly. It also takes more fuel, water, and time to cook. So what can help people, especially breastfeeding mothers, get enough thiamine? There's a good chance you have some iodized salt in your house. Iodine is an essential mineral, naturally present in seaweed, fish, and dairy products. In many countries, iodine is sprayed on salt to make iodized salt. This is not expensive, and it already helps millions of people get enough iodine in their diet. Could the same method work to help people get enough thiamine? First, we needed to know if people in Cambodia liked the taste of thiamine-fortified salt. Methods. We worked with a factory to produce thiamine-fortified salt. Our new fortified salt also has iodine because the Cambodian government requires salt to be iodized. We calculated the amount of thiamine needed by breastfeeding mothers. Then, we added extra to account for degradation over time. Food testing studies normally use trained taste testers, but we needed to know if the fortified salt tastes good in traditional Cambodian dishes. So, we worked with village leaders in Kampong Thom to recruit 405 participants. All were at least 18 years old and were heads of household for their families. Here in Figure 2, you can see that Cambodia is a country in Southeast Asia. We visited villages in the province Kampong Thom, a rural area in the middle of Cambodia. In the larger world map, you can see Cambodia in red. In the zoomed-in insert, you can see the province and Kampong Thom also in red. Trained Khmer-speaking research staff visited families over 3 days. We randomized the order that families got to taste each salt. Neither the researcher nor the participants knew which salt was which. This is called a double-blind design. Families made a meal with one of the salts. The next day, we gave them a bag of the other type of salt, and the families made the same meal again. The day after each meal, the family rated the taste, smell, and texture of each salt on a 5-point scale. We had them rate the salt by itself and cooked in a meal. Here in Figure 3, you can see we collected data from Cambodian families who had used our salt in their cooking. In the photo, you can see a woman with a child on her lap on the left of the image. On the right, you can see the local researchers both wearing masks. There is research equipment on the table in front of them. To see if the salt changed after time in storage, we returned 4 months later to repeat data collection. We reconnected with 341 households and recruited 64 new participants. Just like any other food, the quality can get worse over time, especially when it is hot and humid. So we also checked the nutrient quality of the salt after the 4 months of storage. Results. Both the iodized salt and the thiamine-fortified salt got high scores on the taste tests. On its own, people liked the iodized salt a little better than the thiamine-fortified salt. When cooked into meals, they couldn't taste the difference between the salts. When we checked the nutrient quality, we found that 9% of the iodine in the iodized salt was lost after 4 months. The thiamine-fortified salt included both thiamine and iodine. The amount of thiamine decreased by 9% after 4 months, but as you can see in Figure 4, the amount of iodine in the thiamine-fortified salt decreased by 78%. In Figure 4, you can see we measured the amount of each micronutrient remaining in the salt after being stored for 4 months in typical Cambodian environmental conditions. On the x-axis, you can see the remaining nutrient amounts after 4 months in percentages. On the y-axis, you can see iodized salt on the top and thiamine-fortified salt on the bottom. You can see results for iodine in orange and results for thiamine in purple. Looking at the graph, you can see that the amount of micronutrients goes down as the salt gets older. What difference do you see in the decrease in iodine? Discussion. The goal of fortifying foods with vitamins is to help everyone get the nutrition that they need. This only works if the fortified foods taste the same as conventional foods. We were happy that people liked the taste of both the regular iodized salt and the thiamine-fortified salt. We did detect a statistical difference in a few comparisons. These differences were very small, and the families liked both salts. This means that the salt tastes, looks, and feels good enough to use. We wouldn't want to introduce a new salt that made food worse. We were surprised to see so much iodine degradation in the thiamine-fortified salt. This means that the thiamine-fortified salt did not have enough iodine in it by the end of the study. It would not meet Cambodian government requirements for iodization. This was put in place to prevent important iodine deficiency outcomes like goiter. We did more tests and found that adding thiamine makes the iodized salt more alkaline. This makes the iodine in the salt less stable. Before selling the fortified salt in stores, we need to solve this problem. Adding stabilizers to the fortified salt mixture is a likely solution. Conclusion. People all over the world get the vitamins and minerals they need from fortified foods. Chances are there are even some fortified foods in your house. Take a moment to be a food fortification detective. Look for clues on the labels of the foods in your house. Words like fortified and enriched are a signal that vitamins and minerals have been added. You might see a list of vitamins and minerals on the side. How many can you find? Thank you for listening to this recording. This work has been adapted from the original peer-reviewed paper in the journal Food and Humanity, published in May 2024. Research conducted by Matthew B. McSweeney, Hu Cron, Kylie C. Whitfield, and others from the School of Nutrition and Dietetics at Acadia University in Canada, the Helen Keller International Cambodia Country Office in Cambodia, and the Department of Applied Human Nutrition at Mount St. Vincent University, also in Canada. See the full list of authors and their affiliations in the accompanying PDF. Please visit our website, sciencejournalforkids.org, for more free science teaching resources.